What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Nicholas. Welcome back to Nick's Dynasty. I'm a flight attendant out of uniform for real, but let's talk about flight attendant pay and more in depth. The pay can be pretty good. Some people say it can be pretty bad. It all depends on what airline you work with. But this video is going to tell you how to make the most money as a flight attendant, how to make the elusive six figures and more. You can definitely make $100,000 or more as a flight attendant. You can make $150,000, $200,000 as a flight attendant. This video is going to tell you how to do that exactly. So without further ado, let's show you how you can make six figures as a flight attendant. We're going to look at the big five airlines, the big largest airlines in the United States: American Airlines, Delta, Southwest, United, and Alaska. We're going to look at the average pay for all of these airlines for all categories as far as hourly rate, per diem, and all the miscellaneous flight pay that you might get, or different types of pay you might get outside of flight pay. So basically, you're going to start at the bottom at any of these airlines. The average is going to be $30.63 per flight hour, going all the way up to $69.74 per flight hour. Some of these companies pay more on the bottom, more at the top, but this is going to be an average for all of the five combined. Without further ado, let's show you how you're going to make six figures as a flight attendant. So we're looking at the very middle. I want to show you something that's not super aggressive and scare you all about making six figures. So this is basically going to be 5 years or 6 years in as a flight attendant for one of these airlines. And we're going to conservatively say you're going to be making $50 an hour at this point. So to make 100K, we're going to be flying 147 hours per month. This is flight pay at that full $50 rate. So you're going to bring in $7,350 from flight pay. Then per diem, this is time away from base. So we are going to be away from base, away from home, away from base, 419 hours for the whole month. So you got to think about your quality of life, or what matches up with your lifestyle. Like, do you like being away from home or not? There's certainly ways to be away from home less by doing high value trips, more flight pay in that 24 hours or whatever working day it is. But getting those trips is not always guaranteed when you're in the middle or new. So we're going to conservatively say you're going to be away from base 419 hours. So this is going to bring our yearly base up to $100,000. And with the 401k match, the average is 7.86. You're going to get $7,896 from the company as well. So your final pay is going to be $108,000. So this is in the middle. You're flying 147 hours. We'll show you what it's going to look like if you did the exact same thing as the top of the pay scale. And please mind you that this is not going to be your exact pay because there's some other stuff we need to add. So if you're at the top of the pay scale doing the exact same thing, your yearly base is going to be $135,000. And then with the 401k match, it's going to be up to $145,000. So that's not bad. So let's look at the bottom of the pay scale now, and then we'll add in the other miscellaneous things that will make this easier to obtain. So if you're at the bottom of the pay scale doing the exact same thing, you will bring in $66,000 and 71K after the 401k match. And in some areas of the country, that is a very sizable amount, and that is actually close to the median household income. So being a flight in the top five would make a pretty comfortable living depending upon how much you want to work and where you live. Obviously, if you live in San Francisco or Detroit, things are going to look different. If you own a car, don't own a car. If you live in a place where you can take the bus, take the subway, walk, bike, you'll be keeping more of the money. But it just depends on your lifestyle. Is 66 good for you? Maybe not, but we know we can make more if we work more. So now we're going to show you that it actually is a little bit easier to reach this six figures because we're going to add in some of those miscellaneous things that you could do to increase your earnings. So if we're adding pay for you being in charge of the flight, pay for you working international, and also training pay, recurrent training, or different things you have to do throughout the year, different extra pay like holiday pay, weather bonuses, holding pay. We're doing this conservatively and might certainly be more than this, but adding all of those, now at $50 an hour, you only need to fly 136 hours per month, being away from base or home for 408 hours per month. And now we're going to reach basically 100K on the dot, adding those things right there. Now, if we go all the way up to the top out pay, we'll show you how much this exact same hours will be. So now you'll be bringing in $132,000 a year, 142 with that 401k match. If we go all the way to the bottom, we'll show you what your first year pay flying this will look like. Now at the bottom, you'll be bringing in $68,000 per year. Now we can show you how it can be a little bit more easy to bring in this six-figure income. We're going to add a few more things in so we can show you like things add up. So now we're going to do all international and charged. This international and charged lead pay is not the most accurate. It might just be domestic with a little bit of international in there, but we're going to say you make an extra $2.15 per hour. The range for the lead is different and hard to calculate, but we're going to say that's what we're doing. International pay, we're going to say we're going to make an extra $2.52 per hour. And we should actually change the international per diem to be a little bit higher, but we're just going to keep it there. Keeping that in mind, you will probably make a little bit more than this, but this is still a good number to look at. So flying 130 hours per month, all international lead, being away from base only 255 hours per month. This is going to be a super high time international trip. You'll bring in $104,000 at the middle of the pay scale. And with that 401k match, you're going to be bringing in $113,000. So basically, you're getting profit sharing, which is not guaranteed. We're also adding in a little bit of onboard sales, like a tiny amount. But the airline is not always profitable, but when they are profitable and they reach the threshold, they're going to share a percentage of that profit with the company employees. So let's look at what it's going to be when you're at the top of the pay scale flying this exact same thing. So now you're going to be bringing in $137,000, which is chill. And at the bottom, you're going to be bringing in $73,000, which is nothing to sneeze at all. But it's not going to happen at the very bottom because it takes some time to be lead qualified. So let's just increase this to like maybe your third year pay, which I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but let's just take a guesstimation that you're going to be making around $36 an hour. So you're going to be bringing in $81,000 doing this. So this is how you can make six figures and how many hours it takes, how many hours away from base it might take. And you can make $200,000 if you really wanted to. Let's say we're back at that top. All right, so you can make 200K if you really wanted to. You're flying 208 hours, which is so much. This is going to be high time international trips, so I think you're going to be doing 8 of them. So it's a 3-day trip. So you're going to be away from home 24 days out of the month. That is kind of similar to what you were doing at the $50 mark to reach 100K, but being in the air for those long periods of time, like 16, 15 hours at once for those long flights. But it's definitely possible if you want to do it. So you can make the money you want to make as a flight attendant. It just depends on how much you want to fly. Do you really need to make this much money? It depends upon your lifestyle. Do you have a family? Do you live in San Francisco? Do you live in Cincinnati? It just really depends. Do you own a car? Do you take public transportation? Do you walk? Do you bike? Do you have debt? It just really depends on what you want to do. But being a flight attendant, you can make 6 figures. You can make a solid income, and you can fly for free for you and your family. So if you're interested, you can apply and try it for a couple of years, see what you think. The first couple of years, depending upon what airlines you're going to be at, can be harder than others with the reserve system and whatnot. If you want to be in the aviation industry, look into becoming a pilot because they make significantly more money, probably quadruple. I believe at the top of the pay scale, some of the captains make like $487 per flight hour. So it does take money to do that, but it is a very, very high paying career. Um, this is the information that I wanted to share with you today about being a flight attendant and the money you can make, getting it into some more details. Hope you did enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Peace.